Today I'm opening my bank account and I'm showing you the numbers with full transparency so you can first know how much it is to live in Croatia, in Zagreb, and also a little bit of my lifestyle. And second, I'm sharing with you things that I learned by living by myself. I will share with you all of the numbers in each category of expenses these 2 months that I've been living in Zagreb since I came here to build my video game. We will start by talking about the expenses in relation to the most important ones, and then we will go down until the ones that are in relation to sport, gym, also eating out and everything else. On the vital expenses, we will talk about things that pretty much make you a person able to sustain yourself, as having your own apartment, bills, food, and things that are essential for living. Inside this category of vital expenses, we have, of course, rent. Being able to have a roof over your head, it's very important. And of course, in my case, I pay $450 a month. This place is also in the center, so you need to consider that as well. It's an office and then a room. Also consider that it's between 2 people. So if you wanted to live by yourself, you need to multiply by 2. So it's actually 900 euros for a place in Zagreb by yourself. So this will make an annual cost of 5,400 for rent only. And obviously, not only renting we need to consider, but also the supplies, the light and the internet and the water and everything else. Second of all, we have water bill. The water is included with the community and the trash and everything. So it's actually 75 euros. That makes a total for 949 euros a year. Also, one important fact that I learned by living in Zagreb is that the trash is individual for each building. So you don't have like a place in the street like in Spain when you put the trash out and that's it. No, it's private. It's private where your neighbors also put the trash inside. It's only for your building. It's not for the street or nothing like that. For the electricity, we have 40 euros for this month. Also, we need to consider that in Zagreb, it's pretty cold right now. It's February, and we need to use these radiators and the AC and everything, so we are comfortable at home. This is also considering that is my part of the bill, so we'll make a total of 80 euros if you live by yourself. Then the internet, we have the Wi-Fi for 30 euros. And the phone bill that I'm using is also from Spain, which is 80 euros from a phone company, and I can use the roaming data. Actually, I don't use much data when I'm outside since I'm always doing something, and when I'm at the tram or going somewhere, I'm always reading something on the hands, like not in the phone. I'm not looking through videos and stuff on outside. And for me, it's enough to make phone calls and everything. It's pretty much okay, so I'm continuing to use that. But if you wanted to have your own phone plan, it's actually 20 euros a month for I think 50 gigabytes, or it depends on what you need. So on my expenses, this make 30 euros plus 8, so 38 euros. So this make a total of 456 in year for the phone bill and everything. Then another important expense is actually the food and going to the supermarket, buying the coffee, buying the fruits. So this will be a summary of all the places that I went. But in total, it's 187 a month. I actually take very care of myself. I play tennis, I go to the gym. So you can imagine that I take care of what I eat on a daily basis. But one piece of advice that I can tell you in this regard is to buy from local places, and instead of just going to the supermarket and buying everything that you see and that you may need. Good places to go, it's actually Consum and Lidl. Those are the ones that work for me the best. And then you have for eggs and other supplies, you have Dollars Market, which is actually people from the village or from the city that has their own fruits or eggs or whatever, and they sell it to you outside. So that's a good piece of advice that you can consider. So this expense comes from adding what I buy in local markets and then when I buy in the supermarket when I need something else. Then for pharmacy, we have a monthly expense on average of 33 euros an annual cost of 400 euros on average. On pharmacy, I mean when you go and buy pills or creams for your body when you get pain from working out or things that are related to injury and stuff like that. So I buy a lot of bandages for tennis. In relation to gasoline and the car expense, what I can tell you is that I came here for vacation in December, so I actually rented a car and I, of course, went to the gas station. So I can tell you the gasoline here is pretty much cheaper than in Spain. It's €1.50 something cents. And on average, you can pretty much fill the entire car for 40 euros. So that's one good thing to consider as well. So if we summarize everything, for a monthly cost of 828 euros, we can live comfortably in Zagreb. And that makes an annual cost of 9,938 euros. Of course, this is only counting the most important expenses, not considering coffee and going out. We will go now into detail on those categories. So that's the cost of my life here in Zagreb, of course considering only the most important things. And now if we go through the extraordinary expenses, we have tennis. Its class of tennis, it's 40 euros, so that makes a total of 320 euros a month. This is very important for me because it helps me to forget about life for a second and to of course have fun with my coach, and it's very great to have these interactions that are completely out of the norm of making a game and programming and being at home or work in general. Then we have the gym. I pay for the subscription 30 euros a month. Then we have the subscriptions. I pay for the Google One plan, so I can upload on the Google Drive my videos. That way I can actually use my computer in Spain, which is connected through Parsec in any case that I need to have a strong computer and I'm using my laptop outside and my laptop is not strong enough to handle the editing or the compilation of the game. Then we have shopping, and for me personally, I wanted to have my bed and my things in my apartment as good as I could, so I bought some things and I spent 157 euros. Then for books, I spent 120 euros. Then on clothes, I spent 70 euros a month on average, just so I need like a suit or just some shoes for tennis. Then for fun, I spent for coffee 30 euros a month on average. I tend to meet people outside that are related to business or the video game industry, and we have a chat. We speak about what we're going through in life and what are we working on. Even when you work outside, it's also productive for you because you spend so much time inside working that sometimes working from outside in a coffee shop or whatever, in a hotel lobby if you prefer, it's productive because it gets your mind out of the same place. Then we have the eating out. It's on average, I spend 100 euros in these 2 months, so that makes 50 euros a month for eating out. And then we also have to consider when you go out and you need to eat something quick, then in Zagreb, the best places are at Pekara, which is the bakery, and then you go there and you get like a slice of pizza or a burek, depending on what you like, for these 2 euros, something like that. And that pretty much make you full enough to continue with the day until you come for dinner or for lunch at home. So on average, I spend 410 euros a month, considering of course that I play tennis and that I have these subscriptions, and of course I also enjoy life, going outside and drinking coffee with friends. Now we have on average how much is to live in Zagreb in 2026. For the most important expenses, we have 828 a month. And then we have the less important secondary expenses. We have 410 euros. It will be a total of 1,238 euros. So everything combined for an average on 1 year would be 14,858 euros. But that's all I have for you for today. I will leave you a financial template for you to use to track your expenses in the description. You can download it below. I know there's a lot of people that don't know how much they spend outside, but it's very important that you track your expenses. That way you can improve depending how much you spend and in which categories you spend the money on. But I know a lot of people don't have this relation with money, but it's also important that you track all of those expenses, because if you don't actually take care of those, you cannot improve on them. This of course can shock you, knowing that I come from another country and that I spend so much, but it's also an investment on myself, and I believe that once you are more familiar with this kind of expenses, and considering this is like the capital of Croatia, having this type of expenses, it's not so much in comparison with where I come from in Spain. In Granada, we have similar expenses. Prices are pretty much the same, so you need to also consider that as well. So I encourage you to use the template and track all of your expenses, and I know that you will improve on that if you keep using it. And I know that if you track all of your expenses during the month, I know for the next one and the whole year, at the end of the year, you will improve a lot and you will realize where the money is going. And I also encourage you to like this video, to subscribe. That way you don't miss any videos that are coming in the future. See you on the next one.